A little over a week away from the biggest game in all of professional sports is that time of year where one team emerges victorious and fans celebrate, and another team faces the agony of defeat, and you gotta log off social media to avoid the jokes. My man Eric King, who's my frat brother and one of my good friends, joins the show, and we're gonna talk about some of the best ways to handle when your team doesn't win it all in the Super Bowl. So stay tuned. I think you're gonna enjoy this episode. Rico McGee, another episode of the Ruler's Minute. I got a special brother, man. Mental health therapist Eric King has joined the show. Basically, this is what we discussing today. Super Bowl 58 is set. Kansas City Chiefs,
Yeah,
Cisco 49ers.
yeah,
Some people want them both to lose. Oh, well. you know, but
yeah,
what we want to talk about, what I want to ask you, brother, is if your favorite team makes it to the Super Bowl
yeah.
and then they lose, you know how social media is. You're gonna get Joe. I'm a Falcons fan. I watched my team blow it. I watched my team blow it.
Second half, second
Second
half.
half. That stuck with me. It's with me now. But
Right, right, right.
my main question is,
Yeah,
how do you handle if your team doesn't win? What are some tips that you
yeah,
would give to somebody who just watched their team lose in the Super Bowl?
yeah. I think what's interesting from this standpoint, we get like the basic thing, like, oh well, it's just a game. Well, in reality, in most families, it's not just a game. It's, from where I am, I'm in Cleveland, so that means that it is part of us, because we are considered on the low levels, the Rust Belt. It really, we want, the greatest way for our city to go up at times. It's not looking at economics, and it's not looking at school or money. What you're looking at is how often do your team win, right? Because that's all we got. So if you that type of person, or have that type of family lineage where it's passed down, the greatest way to get through, I'm gonna be perfectly honest, man. The greatest way to get through any sporting event that has brought to you a level of high emotion is just to allow yourself to have those emotions, right? In a healthy way. And what's funny is you'll see all these like the Cowboys fans, right? Cowboys fans punching the TV. That's not, or their TVs. That's not how you do it. And most of that is staged anyway. But the greatest way to do it, because to be perfectly candid, for men, that is the only time that is socially acceptable for men to show emotions, right? During those events. So just let people have those emotions, and just, if you normalize that, you allow less of this what do I call it? Like rubbernecking, when somebody straight loses it, when they team loses. So first thing you got to do, Russ, is just let whoever, man, let whoever, have that emotion, man. Let him have it. So that's one. Because if you bottle it up, I don't know about you, but it's gonna eat you. All the emotions that you eat or that you suppress will attack your body. And what you'll notice is next day, right? Because you got to go. Some people got to go to work, right?
Mhm.
Right. Next day, you even more lethargic, right? On that Monday, you even more tired. So the more you allow that emotion to be out, the better your next day will be. Because you can't control nothing. if
Right,
it's out of your hands, it's out of your control. Literally.
exactly. So now, being a Browns fan,
Yeah.
I know you guys have been through a lot. I've seen
Mhm.
it, and my heart is always going out to Browns fans. They're in a much better place now, and I'm really proud and I'm happy for what they've accomplished this season.
Yeah.
Let's say you're talking to somebody who's a fan of the New England Patriots, right?
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
team that's won 6 Super
Yes.
Bowls
Yes.
within pretty much within a 20-year span, right?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
First down year that they've had, I think probably before Belichick even got
Yep.
there.
Yep.
If you're watching your team have this success, and a Patriots fan that's not used to this, what
Yep.
do you say? What do you say to that fan that's not used to seeing their team struggle?
I say welcome to the club, right? Misery loves company.
Right.
So what I say is welcome to the club. No, but on the real, if we just strictly talking about sports, man, there's a level of esteem building that all sports have, right? So when a city is consistently winning, that's when your self-esteem for your city is high, right? So they got the Bruins, they got the Celtics, they got the Patriots. Who am I missing? You got Sox, right? All of them won, right? I can't remember when the Bruins won, but the hockey team, but all of them won, right? And so that's their esteem. That's connected to them emotionally. The key part about that is, once again, misery loves company. Just roll it off your skin, and it's not get over it. It's just realize that your team is connected to your esteem, and you may need to look at you, right? You need to look at you a little bit. But like I said in the beginning, most of these cities, right? Pittsburgh, so Pittsburgh is an esteemed type of team. Seattle used to be back in the day when they had the defense they had. Let's see. Not necessarily the 49ers, but back when Joe Montana, back then, San Diego ain't never been an esteemed team because they never had a fan base. But name a team in Texas, right? All of them. Take your pick.
Yeah.
Had that esteem. So when you have a team that have been historically good, the first thing I tell them, people like, hey, join. Hey, now you know how I feel to be normal. And now you know how I feel to be everybody else, man. Just let it roll off your skin. And Misery Love Company, let them get it out too. Complain. I mean, the greatest. Let's be real, man. I don't know how much sports radio station you listen to, but it's not a lot of highbrow out there. It's just mostly people just complaining. And I say,
Yeah.
go for it, bro. Go for
Oh
it.
yeah.
Complain, right? Now, when it comes into they need to do, when we make these unrealistic declarations, as if we have power over these teams, that's where you got problems, man. That's where you allow the esteem of the team or this concept of the team overtake your personhood because you have no say so over the team. They're going to play whether you show up or not.
Right. And that, it's funny, and it's because when I watched the Falcons do what they did in that second half,
Yeah.
it was just like, yeah, no,
But it hurt me too. No,
it hurt.
bruh, let me tell you, because I wanted Detroit to win, right? So one of my neighbors is a Detroit fan, right? I wanted a Detroit Cleveland Browns Super Bowl, right?
Right.
Everybody was like, oh, no one's gonna watch it. BS that, right?
Right.
Do you know how many Cleveland fans there are throughout the world? Do you know how many Detroit fans? Somebody's watching. So at any case, so when that happened, I felt it, right? Because one, I didn't want the Patriots to win. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
And and I wanted Detroit to win. So that emotion, right? That's real, right? So what did you do? Let me let you finish. So what did you do when all that happened?
I had to log off Facebook for a couple days, man. I stayed off Facebook for almost a week behind that because I'm like,
Yeah,
these jokes are gonna come, and then they
yeah,
coming from Saints fans, and I got friends that Saints fans, and the
right.
Saints to the Falcons are what the Steelers are to the Browns. So it's
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
can't do it. I got off Facebook. I stayed off Facebook for a couple of weeks, and then I was cool after that.
So let's talk about social media, right? So let's talk about this. This is my stance on social media, and I will not be an individual that will denigrate or demonize social media. Social media is simply a tool. It is not life. Does it show aspects of life? 100%. But once again, just like sports, social media, drinking, gambling, and with all this, it's just a distraction, right? So the positive part is it's a distraction from life, just like sports. The negative part is that we take that distraction as law, right? Like we do sports,
Hmm.
right? It's our team. No, it's not. It's not our team. Whether or not somebody wins does not add any value to my pocket. So it's not mine, right? No matter what happened, it adds no value to my pocket. Oh, you can gamble now. You can gamble before.
You're right. Right.
Right. So when I look at social media, and once again, there are individuals who have made millions, almost probably billions off social media, right? And so I will not stand up here and be like, social media is bad, blah, blah, blah. It's not, and I won't say it for the kids, but what social media is a tool. It's literally a tool. And if you're using it for something other than the concept of connectivity, then something wrong with you. Not, deep, deep wrong, but it's something that you got to look at yourself. But I do it too, though. There's a Ravens fan that's a part of the frat, and he goes in, man. And when they win against the Browns, I got to log off because I know how I feel, right,
Yeah.
emotionally and physically when I see like a Ravens beat the Browns type of thing. So I get it,
Yeah.
bro. So in other words, you're being human. Let yourself be human, bro. Let it be. Let you be human.
Right. Sometimes I think, and this is what I wanted to ask you about too.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
unfortunately, some people take our love for our teams too seriously to the point where when alcohol becomes
man.
involved at sporting events, two people actually this past regular season, it's been reported that two people have died
Yep.
behind incidents in the crowd.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get your thoughts. Can you talk a little bit about what happens when you're actually at the game and you're watching your team
Yeah.
and you've had way too much to drink and you don't know how to handle your liquor? Like what
I got
how
a
can
I
yeah,
got a story for you. So first of all, so let me go backwards. So I was at the Jacksonville Browns game. I was at Bottlegate. I was there. I was right up front.
okay.
Now, when the call came in, right? When the call came in, I looked at my cousin and said, "It's time to go." Right? It's time to go. And what I saw when I was walking out was a barrage, right? It looked like a movie. I don't know if you ever saw like 300 when they shot the arrows and
Yeah.
it looked just like that. When I say
Wow.
it literally looked just like that. So when you're saying being at the game and having those moments, right? This is what I say, man. And I know we're just talking about sports, right? I get it. We're just talking about sports, but high levels of emotions and alcohol don't mix anywhere, right? Whether you at the club, right?
Right.
Whether you within your frat and you stepping and you did, right?
Oh,
It's
true.
a problem. So so what I would say when there's a high level of emotion plus alcohol, in reality, there's nothing you can do, right? Because when you're at these sporting events, right, it's incumbent up to the adult in you to know just your limit. The other part about that is, regardless of how the end of the game, it's not the people on the field or who own the field responsibility for you to keep your mind about you. It's just not. So there's, in my opinion, whether if we're looking at the individual, just know your limit, man. Right? Know your limit. Know that two beers is cool, five beers is bad. No matter
Right.
what happened, right? So there's not, in my opinion, there's nothing that I can say to the person other than, man, know your limit, man. Because when you get up that high and you get that low, sometimes you ruin it for people that you care about who's with you, right? And so what I would say to the person, to answer your question more directly, is know your limit, right? And understand that it is sports entertainment. ESPN is entertainment. That's the first word,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Exactly.
It's entertainment. It's not life. And so although we want our teams to win and we want our teams to do amazing, it's not your life, right? And so whatever that distraction is, what you need to do is call somebody like me and try to figure out what is it about your life that thing gotta happen, right? You're an ex-athlete and you never got a chance to fulfill your legacy or what you thought you were supposed to be. Now you pour all that into sports, you pour all that into your kids, and now you're making a bad relationship with your kids, right? Or you wanted to be that thing and now you got kids and your kids on the field or whatever have you and you go overboard. It just doesn't happen in pro sports, man. It happened in little league, right? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, college sports, the amount of abuse that refs receives, right, on all levels, right, is problematic. The most problematic is when you at a kids game. So I would say to an individual is just know your limit, man. Know your limit and be real. And know that it's just is and I hate to say it, but it's true. It's entertainment. It's not life.
That's probably one of the realest ways you could put it. One of the realest ways you could put it. One final question.
Yeah,
'Cause
sure.
I know you got things to do, my brother.
It's all good.
Who do you have winning the Super Bowl?
So let's go with that emotion, right? So I don't want nail one of these to do it, right? So Shanahan was the OC here in Cleveland, right? And created this whole and continued this whole loser mentality of Cleveland, Browns fan of needed to get out, right? Needed to
Mhm.
get, I gotta get out, I gotta get out of here because of whatever. So I definitely don't like when he win, right? So if I'm gonna be real about it, I don't like when he win. And so now we got on the other side, I'm gonna go ahead and be perfectly candid. I'm a homer, so I'm going for Kelsey. Now, granted, I'm not a Taylor Swift fan or whatever.
Exactly.
I loved the Kelsey Bowl. That's what I called it, right?
Right.
Because it was two Cleveland Heights cats that I literally watched, play. That's who I go for. So it's not about Mahomes. It's not about the team. Is that hey, let Kelsey get another ring, right? Let him get another, and he reps Cleveland. Him and his brother reps Cleveland perpetually. So how can I go? How can I go against that? So who I have winning is Kansas City, or who I have winning is Kelsey. Let's go with that.
Okay. Big bet. Big bet. Brother Eric King, man, thank you so
No
much
sweat,
for
man.
coming on to my show, man. I appreciate you. And if you're out there, are you accepting new clients right now, or how's that?
So yeah, so this is how it works. So I'm not accepting new clients, but we got a full practice. So I'm the president of Mental and Emotional Wellness Centers of Ohio. So you can, do a search, for us. So I'm not seeing new clients, but people that I mentor and supervise see new clients. So you want our number?
Yes.
What you want? What you want? 216-282-3733. There you go.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
you can reach me on as a counselor, you can reach me at talk two, the number two, EKING. So on IG, it's talk two E King, and that's on IG. All right.
All right, man. Thank you so much
All
for
right.
coming on.
Much love,
Rico
man.
McGee, this has been the Ruler's Minute, and as always, we'll see you in a minute.
Peace.